Alright guys, welcome. So we're going to do an awards video here. This is just my fragrance awards for the year. We're going to wrap it all up today. We're going to go over all of the big hitters. All the forever fragrances, the stuff that I really want to keep and restock. A lot of stuff that's characteristic and definitive of like what I like to wear. The things that I'm looking for in fragrances. This is very reflective on what I'm really digging right now. A lot of these fragrances that I enjoy all year round did not make this list. There are so many. But I do have 6 honorable mentions to just kind of breeze past. These aren't reviews, guys. I'm just going to show you, really briefly explain the fragrances, and tell you more of the why that these are award winners. I do have a nice amount of criteria here. We have at least 10 different criteria, and I also have my fragrance house of the year. So we will do that one first, right after we hit these honorable mentions. So, L'air du Desert Marocain. This was an amazing niche fragrance that I picked up this year. An amazing, very, very good fragrance from Andy Tower. There is a award winner on this list from this house, but it is not this fragrance. This could easily be an award winner in a lot of people's collections. It's a dry, dusty amber fragrance with some spice and some greenness to it. Very amazing fragrance right here. And I did get to wear it quite a bit. I do have a dent forming here. It's at the widest part of the bottle at this point. So guys, I do really like this fragrance. It's honorably mentioned, but I couldn't figure out which criteria it beat the other ones in. So I'm just going to honorably mention that and move on. Don Al Oud Shams from Ajmal. This is fantastic, and this is like a sleeper. This is just an honorable mention again, but this is an oud fragrance, full oud experience, and it really beats the brakes off of a lot of these other oud fragrances. I haven't smelled really any other oud-centric fragrance that did exactly what this does to such a degree. And I did try quite a bit of them in a sort of few month period of just picking up oud-centric fragrances to get an experience. Now, this is very much just oud experience, so it's really, really good if you want to layer some kind of an oud. It's funky, guys. It's animalic, barnyardy, kind of cheesy oud. So many different facets that it goes through and a lot of complexity here. Not a true award winner. I don't know what I would actually nominate this for, but I guess oud fragrance of the year, in my opinion, for sure. Now, there are other fragrances that use oud that are better than this, for sure. Like a lot of the Amouage stuff, Silver Oud and King Blue. I feel like those are actual fragrance creations, though. This is just straight up like a oud. Like if Les Indemodables just made like oud, I feel like this would be something around here. Maybe it would be more refined, but this is like a Middle Eastern banging oud experience. Really, really great, leathery, rich dry downs. It just feels like super opulent, really super duper crazy stuff right here. Rugged too, extreme fragrance. Let's talk about a great fragrance and an awesome house. This is my first full bottle from them. This is B from Zoologist. I got this in a trade. I actually really love this fragrance. It's one of the sweetest fragrances that I could rock, really. The honey facets in this really just rope you in, and it just keeps your attention, and it's just a beautiful dry down. Really amazing honey experience here. This is Zoologist B. Just an honorable mention. We do have to move through these. Let's talk about a very controversial house to like, I guess. Alexandria Fragrances. I like them still. You know, I tried not to like them for a little while, and I've come full circle. I'm back aboard. I'm an Alexandria fanboy for sure. I mean, I like their good stuff, and when it's good, it's really, really good. As the clone houses go, too, they have a lot of great originals, but as the clone houses go, they really do nail it, guys. And this is a discontinued fragrance that it's cloning. Leather Intense. This is fantastic. This is so fantastic. It's Dior Homme Parfum, you know, the discontinued one. And they cloned it. It is so beautiful and easy to wear. It's amazing. It's intoxicating. I love it. It's a great experience. It has that dry woods feel of Dior Homme Intense, but it has more going on. It's more colorful. I love it so much. This is such an easy and great fragrance to wear, and I actually prefer discontinued fragrances being cloned. For me, it just gets that availability out there, and you have the opportunity to actually experience this DNA. I don't know what the original DNA even smells like, so I can't tell you how it compares. I don't need to compare it. In a vacuum, this thing is just really, really good. Leather Intense by Alexandria. Just an honorable mention. I couldn't figure out where that would go to actually win an award, but definitely a great everyday user, especially in the winter. This one is probably my favorite Alexandria of the year. Centurion. This is probably one of my favorite, like, you know, clone fragrances of the whole year. Centurion is a clone of Centaurus by Creed, which I'm definitely getting, 100% getting Creed Centaurus as soon as I can. It's not the highest fragrance on my to-get list. I have a bunch more stuff that I want to get first. Been saving up for like Zoologist Rhinoceros and a bunch of other fragrances at this point, but Centurion is really, really good stuff. Hard to explain if you haven't smelled Creed Centaurus. I can't really detail it too much, but it has this sweet red warm glow to it, and it has this like masculine kind of easy, fresh, sweet wear to it. Very thick though, super thick fragrance, and at the beginning you get this like spicy kind of opening and this spice that stays with it. Now I think this toned down the BO kind of spice that gets into, which if you do smell Centaurus right at the beginning, it has a sort of challenging spice component to it. I mean, it really was like off-putting. I did wear Centaurus in the store, walked around with it, and I remember distinctly just having that really BO smell off the beginning, which I actually don't mind. It's a really nice spicy smell, guys. This sort of tones that down, makes it more palatable, definitely makes this more wearable like throughout, and you get like a really pleasant kind of fresh spiciness from it with this like super sweet red kind of vanillic sort of sweetness. Amazing stuff right here. Really, really, it's mouthwatering, but it's not a gourmand. I really like it a lot. So we have King Blue by Amouage. I wasn't sure what criteria this was going to win, guys, but I do love this fragrance, and I want to mention it before we start the main criteria. This, though, is just a knockout smash hit, and it's my only Amouage as of right now. Got rid of Reflection Man, never really wore it, and it's a great fragrance. I just didn't really wear it, and I wasn't finding myself wearing it. I also really enjoy the clones of Reflection Man. It's fine with me. It's just kind of an all-around beater of a fragrance that I could wear that. But Amouage King Blue is a wild, wild fragrance. A lot of fun, a lot of depth, a lot of sweetness, but also a little bit of a challenging edge to it. Really good texture on this one. It's got this kind of dusty sort of thing going on, but it's very fine fragrance, even though it's a bit of a punch in the face, you know, to a lot of people. I love it. It's really good, and I don't think that it's difficult to wear at all. And then probably the most vanilla smelling fragrance that I could handle is this thing right here, Rosendo Mateo's number 5. Now I really like number 5, guys. It's really, really good. In fact, the way I thought of this immediately was people who liked any of the Jean Paul Gaultier stuff and you moved on and you just don't want to go back to that, but you sort of like that style. I feel like this really takes that to like another level. Very similar kind of thing here, guys. It's like that Tonka vanilla thing with that fresh component to it. I know it says floral amber sensual musk, but what I get is like a niche uncle to Jean Paul Gaultier's entire line. Yeah, I really get that. This is like a lot of vanilla too going on, but it's one of those vanillas that just sort of tones it down, doesn't really get obnoxious, and I think that this is a great honorable mention. Rosendo Mateo's number 5. Very good fragrance right there. So let's go right into the house of the year for me. This is just the house that I discovered the most this year. It doesn't mean it's the best house making fragrances right now. I don't know the best house making fragrances right now, to tell you the truth. I just know that I picked up so many bottles from this house, and we're going to do a top 5. I'm not going to really describe them too much, but I'm definitely going to tell you my top 5 from this house in no particular order, maybe a little bit of an order here, but this is going to be the house of Serge Lutens. Serge Lutens, for me, this was the year of Serge Lutens. I picked up so many of their fragrances. They just sort of did everything I needed. The entire mix down that I have from them. I'll do a quick top 5 from the house. I really love everything I picked up from them this year, but there were 5 of these fragrances that really, really, I don't know, guys. I really considered getting backup bottles of these. Some of them I bought immediately on sampling. Some of them I blind bought and I was just super happy about. So, Un Bois Vanille, it basically kicked out my use of Diorum Intense. I don't use Diorum Intense at all anymore. I really love this. I don't know, it's very similar to me. If you guys have smelled Diorum Intense, this might actually ring that bell a little bit. It scratches that itch, guys. This is an amazing, amazing, fresh, but sweet vanillic fragrance, but it's not really obnoxious at all. Like the sweetness is really like that perfect amount that keeps you coming back, and it's got that dry kind of cashmerean kind of thing going on, like how Diorum Intense has it. Very similar fragrance to me, in my opinion. They have to be related to each other. Like these perfumers definitely were like admiring each other, whoever made who's first. But this thing really, really good. Un Bois Vanille. I got the big bottle. I'm glad I got the big bottle. I'll slowly get through that, but this covers that entire like designer use case that's all of those fragrances that try to do what Dior Intense does, like even Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, like this knocked that out. I know they're not the same, but this one knocked out a lot of those use case fragrances. And yeah, really, really good stuff. Let's keep going with Surge. I'm going to put Santal Majuscule here, sort of in fourth place. I did have a really nice fling with this. I was in love with it while it was like kind of warm out, but once it cooled down, I stopped really reaching for it. And I know that's kind of counterintuitive. This has some sweet kind of cacao dustiness to it. It has this almost gooey kind of sweetness to it. It's got a fresh sort of gingery kind of sweetness and this creamy sandalwood thing. Really nice fragrance right here. It's beautiful, but I just don't reach for it as much right now, but definitely one of my top 5 grips from them. I probably will fall back in love with this again. I'm going through a different kind of cycle right now of fragrances. As you see my award winners coming up, you'll see what this has to contend with some pretty good stuff. But Santal Majuscule at one point or another was like my favorite fragrance this year for a little while. This was one of my favorites, like actually my favorite for the whole year, like for a little while, but that's different now as the year is in kind of hindsight here. But yeah, Santal Majuscule, really strong contender because I did really love it. Écrin de Fumée, this is a newer one from Surge. This is a newer one that I picked up from Surge. And it's very sweet, a little bit rubbery. Kind of reminds me of like, well, a beautiful fragrance first off, but it kind of reminds me of Prada Black. Totally different though. It's got a lot of this sweet kind of fluffiness. It reminds me of plum liqueur a lot too. Not sure what the notes are. I don't really read into them too much. This has that really cozy, lavish thing. This is one of the most intense, sweet winter fragrances that I own, and I love it so much. It has this delightful freshness, guys. Really amazing stuff right here, and I don't get really the same itch scratched by a lot of other stuff. I've spoken to people about it though, and a lot of people didn't like this one. I like this one a lot personally for me. Not a blind buy, I'd say. Definitely don't blind buy anything I'm saying, guys. This is all just my documentation for years to come when I want to look back and see what my award winners were this year in 2025. This is one of them. This is one of the more recent fragrances that I picked up. I'm not in love with these bottles. I don't really care for the sticker and the, just the paper, regular paper. You can see the glue, like when you look through it in the back. I do like the color of all of their juice though. They do a nice job with that. And none of these juices have stained any of my clothes yet. This is so addictive. This is an addictive smelling fragrance for me, guys. I really, really like this. I can keep spraying this like all day. It's really, really good. That would be a high ranker in the house. And then I have 2 left from Surge to really showcase here. And I think I'm going to go with Chergui in like second spot right here. Chergui actually climbed its way up. The more I wore it, the more I liked it. It really did knock its way up to like one of the better sweet, masculine, peppery sort of tobacco, spicy things. The spice in this is very addictive with the sweetness combined, and then you have this like body, which I almost think it's like a sweet amber body, but it really doesn't go fully amber. It does have something gooey in it like that. Really amazing fragrance right here, guys. Amazing for winter, and it's really like my dumb reach. I actually wore this on Christmas to our Christmas family get-together thing because it's not like offensive, but it still is very distinct and has a lot of character. You could actually wear quite a bit of this, and that spiciness keeps you fresh and keeps you going. Chergui is pretty much one of the most easy dumb reaches in the house of Surge. And then my number 1 actually from Surge is, I've gone full circle with this one too. This is Amber Sultan. I'm sure you guys saw this coming. This is one of my favorite ambers for men. This is like a masculine amber. It's really that good, guys. I think Amber Sultan still, even though I have some amazing amber fragrances that I'm going to cover in this video, and I have gone deep diving into ambers, this thing, amazing stuff right here. Like, I love spraying this on with a fresh nose when I'm like, take a 2-day break from fragrances or a day break from fragrances, and you spray this, man, what an experience. It's just so much fun. Really great feel here. A little bit different, it's not the run-of-the-mill stuff that people are wearing. It kind of has this unique kind of sweet note to it that's really enjoyable and addictive because it's never too much in the front of the fragrance. It's always in the background, and it sort of grounds this fragrance into something a little bit more familiar and fun while you have this spicy kind of kitchen spice cabinet smell to it as well. I think it's bay leaves, guys. It's really amazing stuff. It's really, really spicy, amber, masculine, dry fragrance with a gooey amber center, and it's so reference to an amber fragrance for me. It's just amazing stuff right here, and I think Serge Lutens is my house of the year, mostly because of this fragrance right here in my hand. Amber Sultan is that amazing. Not a crazy dent here, but honestly, it's pretty strong stuff, and you don't need more than like 3-4 sprays maybe. You could push it, but I don't need to really. And I'll be definitely picking this up a lot more in the cold months that we're in right now. So yeah, that would be the top 5 from my house of the year, which is Serge Luton's, personally for me. Now we're going to get to some of the criteria, and I'm going to go a little bit faster. I'm not really going to describe these too much. This is my best blind buy of the year. Now, it's semi-blind. I never smelled it, but I did get one of my buddies on here. He got me hyped in his review of this. He really had me sold here for this whole house in general, which I do want to collect, but this is Acqua di Sale. What a hit of the year. I only got this like 6 to 8 months ago. I can't really remember exactly, and I'm not saying 6-7 months ago. I won't do it. I did do it. Anyway, Acqua di Sale, Profumum Roma, probably the best blind buy maybe ever I've taken. This thing is just, because it's expensive, guys. You're talking like $200, $220 for this. And as blind buys go, that is extremely risky stuff. But I put my money on my buddy's opinion, and it actually paid off really, really well. Because this fragrance, the more I wore it, the more I kept falling in love with it, and just like it became a part of me. This is just really, this saw me through like huge interviews, huge changes in my life, like a lot of crazy moments. I just wore this those days, and this thing was like my signature scent basically for as long as I could during the day and stuff. And it lasts a really long time, but it has this beautiful, not annoying scent trail. Like some scent trails are actually like too much. This thing just is master. It's a masterpiece. I really, really love Acqua di Sale. Almost anyone could wear this. I think any man, any masculine man could wear this, and it really usurped the bro-aquatic fragrance for me. It really took that genre on its head, but it is something that a lot of people aren't going to be ready for, and you might not really appreciate this right away. I know I didn't my first wear. I was like kind of confused and a little bit underwhelmed, but as I kept going, I was like, wow, actually, this is incredible. I got compliments on this from like so many different people, so many different times. This is one of those like really dumb reach keepers forever. This is the best blind buy I think I've ever had. And it was all due to my friend over there, Daniel in Switzerland. Seldomly often. Great channel too. We do a bunch of frag talks and collabs and stuff. But yeah, I just watched his video on this, and it just made me want to get it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to sell for it. I'm going to go for it. And yeah, amazing fragrance right here. Best blind buy probably ever for me. Really nailed it. My most used fragrance last year. Now this is a little bit subjective, but I think this is my most used fragrance just by dent. I don't think anything else has a large dent, and I did have this for a good amount of time, but I remember wearing the crap out of this. And this is Hawass Fire. I remember featuring this also in one of our frag talks. It was like my fragrance of the year. And yeah, just by pure reach, like reaching for this thing, it's strong, fresh, ambery, aquatic, mineralic, a little bit different. It has like this metallic nature to it, and it has this aquatic nature to it, and it has this like sweet kind of red berry sort of ambery base. Really strange and peculiar stuff coming out of this house. This is definitely the most interesting of the Hawasses. I do like Hawass Ice as well. That's a little bit different though, not the same. This thing is really good, guys. I enjoyed it, and I still do. I got this early in the year. Definitely put a nice sizable dent. This is a very strong fragrance, okay? So it's not like this dent is baby material here. This is like real use here. I use this a lot, like for those situations where I want to be a little louder. Really great summer fragrance. This was probably my most used fragrance this year. You know, I tried to really reflect and think about every other fragrance that I used more. I mean, I think second place was probably Acqua di Sale. So Hawass Fire, really interesting stuff. A very good budget fragrance, and probably my most used this year to my best knowledge. Now let's talk about a criteria called my 180 fragrance. So something that started with me, obviously I blind bought this, started with me as I just did not like it. I thought it was fake. It was underwhelming. I had to give it like some time and a couple of wears, like 2-3 wears. And then finally I was like, whoa. And all my lights came on for this one. And now it's like the best from this house that I've smelled, and one of the better niche fragrances that I've gotten my hands on. But that's Lone Star Memories. Now, some people don't like this one, and I get it. Whatever. I get it. Like, it's different. Not for the layman or like regular old people, but I don't know. It has a vintagey masculine smell to it, but it also has a horse kind of smell to it, and a campfire kind of smell for a split second at the beginning. handsome, almost fougere barbershop kind of thing going on as well. Really, really stellar stuff. This is amazing, this fragrance right here. I really love it. It's a little off-putting at the beginning. Some people, you got to really like be confident wearing this, but I always think of it as like a barbershop plus fragrance. Like it's a barbershop with like some kind of animalic leather and a little bit of like the background sort of has an oud thing to it, but it's not really too much like an oud fragrance. And I found myself actually really having a good time layering these two, the actual oud one with this, and it was just a really great experience. But yeah, this is actually the #1 tower to me so far. I really like Lone Star, and I didn't like it at the beginning, and that's why it's my 180 criteria. I did a full 180 on this one, and now it's like, damn, I don't know if I would ever really want to not have this. It actually gives me vintage vibes as well, since I went down a small vintage rabbit hole. It reminds me of like old school masculines as well. I really love this thing. Great niche fragrance from Andy Tower, and that's Lone Star Memories. Good stuff right here, guys. Definitely check it out. Try to sample it though. Don't blind buy it like I did. All right, so let's go into the best dark loner fragrance. So this is technically just me kind of making this up, but this is my loner fragrance. This is my sort of passive-aggressive fragrance. This is the thing that I wear when I kind of want to be at arm's reach from everyone. I don't want people, you know, all over me. I don't want to talk to anybody, really. I want to just kind of do my thing, and it's my loner. It's my best kind of dark fragrance loner. That would be Antaeus, another really epic blind buy. I got this for 80 bucks. I heard it's a semi-vintage bottle, but I don't really keep track of that stuff too much. Whatever batch this is, it's just fucking awesome. It's really, really good stuff, guys. I think Antaeus is one of the most shit kicker fragrances that I've ever got my hands on. It really, really kicks ass. That's how I'd have to just define it. It's got this attitude to it. If you don't know what castoreum is, I'm pretty sure this has a nice healthy dose of animalic castoreum in it. Masculine vintage, unapologetic, but there's this twist of refinement in this that you will get. It has this opulent sort of angle to it. There's these other aroma chemicals in this that are hard to pin down, but they're a part of this fragrance that sort of elevate it beyond just an animalic. It has this fresh component to it. Unbelievable stuff here. This thing is really, really good. Antaeus is something that definitely want to try. A lot of people, though, who aren't into fragrance, I'm not sure what they would think of this, but fragrance people, you're going to like Antaeus. It's very, very good stuff. For me, this was a new discovery this year. I'd never smelled it. I remember the first time I sprayed this was in the store, in the Chanel boutique, and I sprayed it on my arm, and I was like totally confused because I was just smelling Bleu de Chanel, you know, juxtaposed with this. It's like a whole different world, guys. Totally different experience, like a different universe. This thing coming out of there, that's amazing. This is an amazing fragrance right here. Antaeus, for sure, my best dark loner, passive-aggressive sort of fragrance. My masculine of the year, for sure. Definitely has that vibe to it, that power, that domineering sort of punch in the face. Best under 50. Now, this is actually like a 10-year-old bottle, and this is Jupe. This is a 10-year-old Jupe fragrance right here. I like this a lot. I don't know if I call that vintage or semi-vintage, but this is amazing stuff. This is my best under 50. You can get it under 50 bucks out there. It is so, so good, guys. I mean, you guys who don't like the louder, synthetic, sweeter stuff, you're not going to like this, but man, this, if you like a lot of different kinds of fragrances, I mean, it really beats the brakes off of a lot of stuff that's super popular right now. It's still that good, especially this 10-year-old bottle. So addictive, guys. I just love this fragrance. I feel like it just swooped in and it's just knocked out all the other cheapies for me. $50 and under, Jupe has the performance to really just set the bar. Nuts. I love this stuff. It's masculine, old school kind of smell with that vintage, like early 2000s, 90s kind of feel to it. Really sick stuff right here. This thing is still really good. Yeah, this is a 10-year-old bottle. I checked the batch code on it. I bought it like as if it were a vintage. I would like to get my hands on maybe an older vintage bottle, but yeah, whatever. This is really good for what it is. I love it. It's super good. And the EDP, the EDT, right? This is an EDT. Super strong EDT, guys. Super strong stuff. It's almost like I thought this was a parfum. I got to try the parfum, but yeah, this thing, best under 50 for sure. Like, I would get this again and again at that mark. It's definitely undervalued for sure. Let's go ahead and move to best under 20. Now this is under $20. In a few places you can find it for more, but this is Lagerfeld Classic. So I got into this one because Ramsey brought it up, and I'm really glad I got it. This is like sort of a vintage masculine fragrance, but without that animalic stuff. You do get a little bit of that in here, but what you really get here is like citrusy tobacco kind of sandalwood thing with this like old school vibe to it. I like this thing a lot. Lagerfeld Classic came out, I guess, in 1978 or something like that. This is probably more of a modern one. I think it's a vintage, but I'm not really too sure or hung up on it. I like it a lot though, guys. This is my best under 20. This is a really high quality smelling fragrance for like $18, $19. Really good stuff, and I think that this was my best pickup under $20 this year. Lagerfeld Classic, no cap. I don't have the cap. I couldn't find it. But yeah, anyway, let's keep it going. My strongest fragrance performer, strongest performer of the year. Now, this is going up against another really, like, it could be tied, guys. So I do have that other fragrance in a different category. So performance, though, goes to Rhine Incense Intense. This also could have won another category. This could have been the loner fragrance, the dark fragrance, the passive aggressive fragrance. But this is like bottled magic. It's like bottled black magic. It really does have this amazing, like, just sorcery kind of smell to it. It really takes me into an artistic direction. This thing is just, it's the best Eldo I smelled as well. I did get to sample like 20-something Eldos, the Etat Libre d'Orange. I got to try a bunch of them, and this one, Rhine Intense and Sense, is definitely the one that takes the cake for the most interesting, the most off the beaten path, and the most shocking. Now, a lot of people aren't going to like this because it's not just like, it doesn't smell good, like, but it does. It smells good, but it's not meant to just be a, like, I don't know, a mass appealer or anything like that. No, this is a particular, strange, and slightly magical fragrance. It's really the word that comes to my mind. It really takes me down this, like, rabbit hole. It's just crazy stuff, guys. Rhine. And the performance on this, I actually have to avoid this sometimes. And I'm very, very tolerant to fragrances, but I get, like, headaches a lot. This one could really punish me if I have a headache. It lasts a really long time. Like, and it keeps delivering like the whole time you're wearing it. But yeah, Rhine Incense Intense, definitely my strongest fragrance this year. I remember the first wear was just like my hair got blown back. I was like, holy, like really, really rocked me. Amazing stuff right here. Not for everyone though. Don't go picking this up for sure. I mean, you can sample it or whatever, but I blind bought this and it was just like shock factor to the face. Really one of the more challenging and strange fragrances that I picked up this year. I'm not really sure how to define it. It's got this particular component to it that is very strange, but it's kind of hard to pick it out because it's just kind of in this blur. There's this prominent thing that's coming forward in this, and it says incense, but I really don't think it is. It's not. It's so hard to compare the smell to anything because it has this otherworldly smell to it, something I've never imagined in my life. And it really, really pulls my imagination to the forefront when I smell it and when I wear it. It is really cool, guys. I like this stuff a lot. It reminds me of the first scene in Aladdin where the tiger's head comes out of the sand. That's really what I get when the diamond in the rough scene with the tiger's head in the cave like kind of comes out of the sand. It really reminds me of that. I don't know why. That's where I go, to a place like that in a sort of cartoon world with magic carpets. Rhine Intense and Sense. Such a strange and powerful fragrance. Summer. This one is also ridiculously powerful and relentless, and you got to use it with caution. This was my favorite fragrance for a little while, but I don't know. Something just happened, and it kind of just fell to the back burner. But this was my summer frag like you wouldn't believe. Now, this is Mega Mare by Orto Parisi. This is a strong fragrance, my friends. Really, really nuclear stuff, and you might not notice it. You might even go nose blind to this, but it is piercing through the air. It's literally reaching out to people. I spray this in my room at work, and it just like, it's been in that room relentless ever since I sprayed it. It's weeks, guys. I did like 5 sprays up and just in the air in that room. Relentless in that room the whole time. You walk past the room, you smell like the ocean kind of saltiness and this aroma chemical kind of thing. It's very synthetic of a smell, guys, in my opinion. It's a bit aggressive. Like, it was almost like Gaultier made this while he was like pissed off or something. And it really is bottling that like ferocious energy of the ocean, in my opinion. But it does have a fresh component to it. Like, immediately got compliments when I started wearing this. Really strong ones. People were like addicted to this thing. And then my buddy actually got it, and he overdid it. He said 2 sprays, and it like nuked his whole family. Like, their laundry got like messed up. This just like started to make everybody's laundry. I guess they mixed their laundry up, and he washed his shirt with this on. This is another super powerful fragrance that I could have put in that category, but this actually just was my summer fragrance. Probably the best fragrance for summer, in my opinion, because it can compete with any climate. It can compete with any temperature. It just blasts into the air. You really gotta be careful with how you spray this. If you dose this properly, though, it's an amazing experience. I would just go ahead and look for the original. I know there's some clones out there. Guys, just get the original here. Get the Gaultier. You'll thank me later. You'll have this nice or Parisi bottle that will retain its value and probably go up in value. I imagine vintage Megamares in 20 years are going to be a lot of money. So Megamare here, unbelievable stuff. Really, really bottled ocean, salty, like monstrous fragrance, and very, very strong stuff. My favorite winter frag of the year. So this one is a hard one. My favorite winter frag of the year, I actually sort of have a tie here, and I just want to kind of just nominate both of them because I feel like I have to. There's just something so special about both of these fragrances, and I know I'm breaking the rules, bending the rules, but it's fine. I'm going to turn you guys on to some really good stuff, and I'm going to get to showcase some of my absolutely amazing fragrances of the year. Now, winter means that I only wear it in winter, so we have to also bend the rules with that. I wear these whenever. I actually discovered both of these in hot weather, so let's go ahead and do it. Amber Rousse and Musk Ravageur. So Musk Ravageur, addictive, absolutely addictive, beautiful fragrance, sticky, sweet fragrance with a very unique smell to it. Unbelievable stuff, one of my favorites for sure. I actually sort of feel like pressured to get another bottle to have a backup, but I'm like not really too worried about it. I think it'll be available in 10 years when I'm finally finished with this bottle, but I don't know, guys. This is some really addictive stuff. Let me know in the comments if you love Musk Ravageur as much as I do. Holy smokes, Frederic Malle. This thing is ridiculous, and this was love at first sniff. I have a sample video where I smell a bunch of them, and this one just really, I bought it immediately. I bought it like as soon as I smelled it. It's the same reason I like CK Obsession. It has this specific magic to it. CK Obsession EDP for women. It has this specific like thing to it. It's this beautiful, sweet fragrance with some masculine sort of core to it. Oh my goodness, Musk Ravageur is amazing. And I think it was initially made for women, but for me, man, that thing is an amazing fragrance and another nuclear performer as well. Musk Ravageur has a ridiculous performance to it. It stays on your clothes forever. And Amber Rousse as well, in the same category as winter fragrances go. This is just amazing. It's a sort of like a soft leather and this really characteristic amber. Very particular stuff. I got this for $80, and I think it's a great steal. If you can get this fragrance for that, you're doing really, really well. This is one of the best, if not the best, amber fragrance in my collection. One of my favorite fragrances to wear. And it also has like a ridiculous longevity on clothes. But it's perfect. It is perfect. It does its thing. My buddy Mo said to spray it 10 times. And I tried that, and it's actually really perfect. Like double digits, right there at the double digits, you get this like golden air about you. It's just something special, guys. It's not quite spicy and not quite boozy, but it has like a spicy, boozy component to it. Really amazing stuff here by Corticciato from Parfums d'Empire. Now, I blind bought this as well. I haven't smelled any of the other stuff from the house, but I'm definitely stoked too. I think I'm going to love a lot of their stuff. This thing right now is unbelievable and perfect and amazing, and I'm super happy about it. One of the best amber fragrances I've ever touched. Really. Seriously, guys. It's really that good. It is that good. Amber Rousse is that good. And my final category, best unisex. So, I mean, a lot of these are unisex, but this one, I put this in this category because it's a very significant fragrance to me personally. It's Tilia from Marc Antoine Barrios. Now, I wear this, but it was also my wife's wedding gift You know, she wore this on her wedding. This is a keep forever kind of fragrance for us. We're always going to have it stocked. This is a memory, you know, a shared memory. It's significant to me because it symbolizes, I don't know, that day. You know, that day happened this year. I got married this year, stepped into a new role, you know, just changed my whole life really early on in the year. And Tilia was the centerpiece of everything. Everyone's attention was on this fragrance. They were like, that's amazing. I know a few people who went and bought it after experiencing it in person. It's amazing stuff, guys. But I'd say more on the unisex category, leaning feminine. I could really rock this and pull it off. I've had people actually ask me in other languages to pull it up on their phone for them because they loved how I smelled. In Chipotle, of all places. It was just strange. I went to go pick up Chipotle and someone was like smelling the air, and they actually went to talk to the girl next to me because they thought it was her because it's a feminine smell. And then they actually figured out, she pointed at me, and everyone was like, oh, wow, what was that? And then the girl asked me, you know, to pull it up for her because she's probably going to go buy this thing right away. Tilly is amazing, and I actually got into it through a Alexandria clone that is also quite amazing called Matilda. Both of them equally as good, but this one I'm glad to have the real deal, the real thing. It is obviously better. It's more high quality, that whole deal. Plus, you have this bottle, you have like a part of it, and this will retain its value, and I'm probably going to have to back this thing up. I have to get another one of these for sure. Unbelievable stuff here, guys. Really, really stellar fragrance. Sweet, loud. I think it's Baccarat Rouge adjacent, but it's better than the Rouge stuff. Rouge I hate. I can't stand it anymore. It is really good in the air, and I give it that. It smells good. I just think it's kind of beat me to death by smelling it too many times. Very distinct fragrance and a very successful fragrance, but this thing is a contender for sure with that. This is the best, I guess, female fragrance as well, in my opinion. Like if I smell this on someone, it's just a beautiful experience. It really, you can't go wrong with it. It's amazing. Tilia, one of the best things I've ever smelled. My wife's favorite fragrance. Definitely the best fragrance we have for like a memory. Really, really good stuff, and tied to this year, very symbolic of this year and how I want to close the list out for sure. This was a big year for me. I got to try a lot of fragrances, and this one symbolizes, you know, one of the biggest days of my life. My wedding was this year. This was her fragrance. I wore Argo's Fall of Phaeton. That didn't make this video, but I still really like that fragrance. But this one really overshadowed and really took center stage for that memory, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So yeah, Tilia, amazing fragrance, and we put that dent in it pretty quick. You know, it's only been since May, June, July, you know, that kind of era. And now we're in December. So yeah, we definitely use this thing. We love this thing. And I love smelling it on her in the mornings as soon as she wakes up. She gets ready for work and she walks past me and the whole room just kind of, it's so intoxicating. It's such a great way to wake up. I love it, guys. It's really a good thing. Anyway, that's all my fragrances for the year. That's my awards. Guys, there's so many good ones. I probably could do this video 10 times and you'd get, well, a lot of slight variations, although I'm pretty sure I'm firm on a lot of these. Hopefully this helped you. Try to do it too if you can. You know, go reflect on your year. It's really important that you reflect so you could learn from your year and stop to appreciate all of the great experiences that we've had. You know, it was a big year for a lot of us. You know, I think it's really good to have this hobby, and it's really nice to share this thing with everyone and document my experience, right? And it's been great to have you guys in the comments. I really appreciate it. So here's to 2026. Let's have another great year next year. You know, some new things, some new changes. Get into Amouage a little bit. We're going to get into a lot of really great houses that I have not yet delved into enough. Anyway, guys, really appreciate having you around. This has been an amazing time, and I love the fragrance world. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.